Stephen, I know you sent me a service request on Kim in regards to training at Eagle Gate College. And there were some questions that I had in regards to the training, and I made a copy of the printout just to kind of help her go over the service request, just to kind of clarify what I was asking for. There were some questions that I had, kind of a more detailed breakdown of the cost of training. And because I know you talked about the general training and you prorated it from 11 months of the 18-month program. I want to make sure she has been attending training already prior to your service request, right?
She has.
Okay. Now, when you say, so she's only attended how long of training already? Like when you say, so 18-month program, so she's gone already 7 months?
Yes, she's in her 7th month.
Okay. Now, what has her progress been like during that time frame?
She has made really good progress. She's been able to keep the straight A's in her program, but she attributes it to the one-on-one attention that they've been giving her, the help that they've been giving her one-on-one through Eagle Gate College.
Okay, so is she getting that one-on-one attention while she's in a classes, or is this after classes?
Both. They have
Okay.
small enough classes that she's been getting the one-on-one attention.
Okay. I noticed that when you did a vocational evaluation, her overall grade was like a 5th grade level, and I'm a little bit concerned, but like you said, you kind of proved it, that she had all A's. She's been able to make it this far. She hasn't had any difficulties in any of her coursework or anything other than trying to maintain that A grade level. Is that correct?
That's correct. Actually, it was because of her low academic level of performance. She chose Eagle Gate College, and it has turned out to be working for her. But she has actually not been able to make the minimum monthly payment that they require for her to be able to continue there successfully, even though she was approved for the Pell Grant and has been able to maintain the Pell acceptable level of performance there.
Okay. What is their Pell level acceptable of performance?
She would lose her Pell if she falls below a 2.0 GPA or does not have show the proper attendance and progress.
Okay. Now, and I know that you kind of answered some of the questions in regards to Kim's progress. So the program cost, because I know you wrote down the program cost here, with hopefully so you're requesting approval for assistance from October on, if we can get the approval taken care of by, or district director level of approval. Is this that district director level of approval?
Yes, it is. And this was in response to one of your first questions where you had appended, you were asking for further clarification, and so I saw that needed to be added, explaining how the $5,500
Right.
payments would be made, and so it is by the quarter, and then we've added in there 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th payments, and the quarter that they correspond with.
Okay. 'Cause that's really critical, because sometimes I know sometimes we want to hurry up and rush our service request. We want to make sure that we're able to break it down so we have a better understanding of what the costs involved in how many payments we're looking at and for how long. So that's what we're kind of looking at. So now, tell me more about the labor market. I know you kind of answered some of it. Tell me a bit more about what are the requirements, what have you and Kim done to research labor market information in regards to her becoming a graphic designer?
Well, we did look into that together in our, well, we actually had like two or three separate planning appointments as we prepared this. And in one of them was devoted to this question because I knew it needed to be addressed in the service request. And that question is, what's the demand for graphic designers? And so, because what I had heard was that, it's kind of hard to get in, especially in Utah in this area in graphic design. And so we really did scrutinize it. And together we both did come up with the fact that it is a 1-star rating occupation. But I went over this with her about what that means is there is a strong demand for graphic designers even here in Utah. And we did it specific to the Ogden Clearfield Metropolitan Statistical Area, MSA. And the wage was good. The explanation that it was given on the website about the labor demand was that it would come not from new jobs openings, but mostly from there would be a lot of job openings of existing jobs. So I assume that's from retirement and those types of things, that they are anticipating a lot of openings between now and 2018 is what the projection was from the economic data viewer.
Have you looked at other websites, like DWF websites for availabilities of jobs, or have you looked at workability.gov and looked up at their website and find out what the job listings are like? I know that we get a ton of emails with different job listings that come out nationwide, and they try to keep it within the state, but I've also noticed that they've expanded out to other states. And what have you looked at in regards to employment out of state?
We did. We looked at this. Now, there are a lot of websites that you can look to for this information, but I thought it was really interesting because my own preconceived notions about graphic designers was I thought it was a lower paying job. And so instead it's showing a strong employment outlook. It does say with a relatively low wage through year 2018 here in Utah. But when we got looking at it, the prevailing Utah wage is $14.04 for inexperienced in this area in Ogden. And then if you compare that to the United States, though, the inexperienced starting wage was almost $21 an hour. And so it seems like there is a greater demand in other states as compared to Utah. But here, even in Utah, a beginning wage of $14.04 was something that was appealing to Kim.
Okay. What kind of a program is she wanting to try and pursue through the Eagle Gate College?
Graphic design.
But what level of training are we looking at?
It's requiring a bachelor's degree.
So we require a bachelor's degree. Well, I noticed at the beginning that you're asking for assistance with completing her graphic design associate's degree. So how does that work?
And that is right. I apologize. It is for the associate's degree, and the total program cost is $35,000.
Okay. That just for the associate level. Okay. Okay. So you are asking. Okay. Now tell me about her employment history.
Let's see.
Is this the only job she's ever had?
let's see now, previously before she came to Voc Rehab, she was working for the schools for the deaf and blind as a bus driver. She was making $10 per hour, and I would have to refer to my notes on the application as to the reason that.
But do you, just based on your memory, you have other knowledge, just based on the top of your head, you do know that she'd worked other positions?
Yes.
In other capacity. Now, tell me about her disability issue.
Well, with her, let's see, I probably should have brought my copy, huh?
That's okay.
For this. With the employment, let's see, we were looking
Probably
for.
at the beginning here.
Yep. What came back with her is she is a person living with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, mathematics disorder, and avoidant personality disorders.
Okay. She currently going through treatment to take care of that, or counseling?
She is. That's one thing too that we felt really good about was the one-on-one treatment that the one-on-one attention that she is receiving from Eaglegate. As she said, that has been the key to her being able to overcome her the developmental disorder that she is living with.
Okay.
And she is receiving the restoration services for each of the other disorders that we identified.
Where is she getting her counseling?
I believe that's through Health Clinics of Utah, and what we're doing is APRN and doctor visits and medication management and follow-up.
Okay, so we're helping with her with that, with some of
Yes.
that as well. Okay. Now, on the service request, I'm trying to remember here. The total amount of the training, like you said, was $35,000, correct? Okay. Now, she has Pell Grant that she qualify, I guess it's a 2-year thing that she qualifies
Yes.
for the Pell.
And the total Pell approval came in at $9,250.
Okay.
And subtracting that, it would leave, and if she is able to receive the approval for her service request for Eaglegate of the $5,500, it would still leave her a balance owing of $20,250. And we did I discussed with her what that means is if she is, going to at 6 months usually after you graduate, that you are expected to start making a repayment on your student loans.
Right. Okay. So what is the approval level for district director, the 5,500, correct?
Yes.
That's all that could be approved on that.
That was the prorated amount. Let's see, district director level. I wish I would have put the 18-month amount. The $5,500 is the prorated amount based on the 11 months that are remaining in her program.
Okay, so basically Kim is asking for 5,500.
Yes.
That's what she's asking, okay. I assume you have copies of at least her transcript up to this point.
Yes, her cumulative GPA is 3.0. So it is coming up. It's actually going in the right direction, and it was amazing to me to get that back and for the documentation for the file. The level 3 that you mentioned, the vocational evaluation, come back with a grade equivalent of about 5th grade. But she has successfully been bringing her GPA up, and right now the cumulative overall GPA is 3.0.
Okay. Between your discussions with Kim and yourself, do you feel, so basically you and Kim have kind of talked about, the progress that she's made, and she is doing fairly well in her training, and you feel confident that she would be successful in this training program and be able to obtain employment in the future, right?
I do. She has provided us with a lot of documentation with regards to her vocational goal. We did a lot of vocational planning and exploration prior to the writing of this service request, and then we still are needing to add some more information to it as you have asked for.
Right, and I noticed that you have, so I appreciate that information. So what I'll do is I'll go over the service request, review it again, and then provide anything, feedback, and I'll let you know. So I appreciate you explaining a little bit more, clarifying what you were talking about here.
You bet.
Thanks.
Well,
Appreciate it,
thank
Stephen.
you, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Thanks.